In this video, we'll be taking a look at the RZ062 equalizer by Audified, a brand new EQ plugin emulating a vintage classic. We'll be taking a look at how we can engage the mid and side mode for a more defined stereo image on a source sound. We'll also be taking a look at how the mid-frequency bands work on the EQ, whilst we dive around some of the presets that the plugin has to offer and hear how the EQ works on a number of different instruments. So I have this instance of the RZ062B equalizer loaded onto my synth here. At the moment we're in left and right mode. So everything on the left of the plugin will control the left channel. Allow me to boost the treble, mid or bass frequencies just for the left channel or the right channel. I also get an input for my right side and an output for my right side, and the same for the left. We can activate the link mode, we'll link all the controls. Or I can activate the mid-side mode and take the link off when I'm working in mid-side. I could now use the side EQ to boost the side treble on this synth sound to increase the perceived width. I could also bring that out a little bit further by increasing the right side here on the output. To add a nice touch of width to this synth sound. I could now focus on the low frequency of my mid channel and boost this for a more defined lower mid on the synth. You can see we've really increased the presence, the width, and the power of this synth sound now. Let's now take a look at this bass sound that we have in our project. Let's take a look at some of the presets that the plugin has to offer and dive into this bass category. You can see using one of those presets has really boosted the low end on this bass sound. We could push this a bit further here. The EQ pleasantly saturates the audio, adding lots of depth. I've got two instances of the plugin loaded onto this bass sound, both the A and B model. And let's explore this mid band that we get on these plugins. The mid control on the A model rotates the entire frequency curve by a medium frequency of 650 Hz. Meaning when the bass frequencies are raised, the treble is simultaneously lowered and vice versa. Allows us to balance the frequency content with one control. Whilst on the B model, our mid band is actually presence control. We have 4 frequencies that we can dial in and adjust a larger or smaller boost to that frequency range, ranging from 0 up to 6. Each step on the dial represents 0.8 dB, so with the presence band set up in this way, I'm boosting roughly around 5 dB in the 2K region. Let's now take a look at this drum track. Once again, I have an instance of the RZ062 EQ loaded on here. Let's look at some of the presets and load in a drum preset. And these work really well to give us an idea of what we can do using this plugin. Straight away, we get a much more pleasant and open top end on the drum track now. Boosting the tops, but also increasing the sides. Let's look at this kick drum on its own as well. So I noticed in there was an 808 preset, so let's try that on this bass drum. It's taken a lot of the click away, but it increased the low end and added a lot of warmth. We could of course dial some of the top back in. It's really great for adding some instant warmth and depth to sounds. You can see we've used it to effectively increase perceived width on sounds very quickly, boost the top end in a very pleasant way, and use it to add a lot of depth to the low end in a bass sound. Be sure to check out the RZ062 plugin by Audified, which is available now at ADSRsounds.com.